music,
me vibe, girl I just want me with you like guys.
and many more. To listen to our programs, follow us live on all our social media platforms on Facebook at Aloore Radio, Twitter and Instagram at Aloore Radio. You can also subscribe on our YouTube page on Aloore Radio. Make sure you click on the notification bell so you know when we are live. This is Aloore Radio, the voice of Oyo State. Talk Real Estate is a program that brings you insights and guide you through your real estate journey.
Buying real estate, it's not just about you just buying, paying money and going to sleep.
From real estate investment, documentations, and all the important things you need to know about real estate, join Liz Cario Oluwaseun live on Aloore Radio every Tuesday from 2:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. Follow us live on Facebook, TikTok, and on YouTube at Aloore Radio to connect. For more details, call 0903 985 3731 or send a WhatsApp message on 0816 222 0182.
Buying documentations is as important as buying real estate. In short, documentation is the most important thing when you're buying real estate.
Talk Real Estate with Liz Cario Oluwaseun live on Aloore Radio, the voice of Oyo State.
They say that when you lose your way, find the road back home. Rainy days and lonely nights, feel like I'm losing time. Nowhere else to go, so I chase the fading light. Up all night till dawn, wonder how many days I've gone. Will Papa take me back if I wanna go home?
Good afternoon, Ibadan. Good afternoon, Nigeria. Good afternoon, world. You're welcome to another episode of Talk Real Estate with Liskari Oluwaseun. And don't forget, we are always live on Aloore Radio on Facebook and on YouTube, Aloore Radio, and the website is www.alooreradio.com. I'm Liskari Oluwaseun Mayowa, and this is Talk Real Estate with Liskari Oluwaseun. And with me here, we have a special guest. One of the top developers right here in the city of Ibadan and Lagos State. In short, he's going Nigeria, as in the old Nigeria, soon. So with me here we have Mr. Aloore Adenuga, the CEO of Realport Crest Homes, live here on Talk Real Estate with Liskari Oluwaseun. So good afternoon, Mr. Aloore. You're welcome to Talk Real Estate.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon.
Thanks for honoring this invitation and coming up here to tell people about real estate development. So Mr. Aloore Adenuga is a developer. He's the CEO Realport Crest Homes, and guess what? Recently, in just 2 months, Mr. Aloore developed 4 estates. I just had to bring him on this program. I was like, how now? Teach us this way. Oh God, just teach us this way. What is the way? How do you go? Because a lot of people complain that real estate development is this, is that, and you developed 4 estates in just 2 months. So can you just tell us what real estate development is and how you were able to pull that off?
All right. Thank you, and good afternoon, everyone. Okay. Basically, I'll start by real estate development. It's much more than just getting landed properties and setting it up to for people to live in. Yeah. Real estate development is understanding the need, either it be for residential, the special need for people in a particular community and bringing resources. Bringing all the resources, all your resources as a developer to make sure that you cater for that need. All right. And it starts from, of course, land procurement, if you're going to be doing estate in terms of land, or if it is also going to be in terms of structural procurement, whatever thing it will be. And from there, you can go forth and on to, the pre-construction, the construction stage, and then, of course, the post-construction stage. That is where people are living in and maintenance within the place. So basically, real estate development, it's understanding the need of the people and bringing out resources in terms of real estate resources, to cater for that need within that place. So basically, you can just take it as that's what real estate development is all about, generally.
Wow. Okay, so real estate development is knowing what people want and catering for their needs when it comes to real estate. And because a lot of people feel like real estate development is hard, it's difficult before you buy land, before you start building, before you start doing this. So how do you feel like, okay, this is the way to go when it comes to real estate development? It's not that difficult. This is the right processes to take as a developer. For you to become a developer, these are the right processes to take.
All right. Thank you very much, Ms. Keke. Let me say that development is there are certain attributes that mark up a developer. All right, and there are certain attributes that a developer stands apart from. Okay, one of such is your ability to see. You must first of all be a listener, much more than being the developer. In quotes, one of the attributes is being a listener, being able to hear from what clients, whatever thing the clients want and all of that, and then being able to bear that in mind, and then also, of course, procure and come up with solutions to cater for the needs of the client. To answer the question straightforward, going into real estate development is not just chewing biscuits. Definitely, it has its own pros and cons. There are a lot of technicalities to all of these things. But however, if somebody wants to go into development, the first thing you need to do is understand what you are doing as a developer first. What is a special need you want to cater for in this particular environment? All right, that is the first thing. For instance, let me explain that more. If you are developing in Ibadan, let's take Ibadan where we are as a case study. If you are developing in Ibadan and you want to develop within Monia access, all right, you have to understand what is the need in that particular area. What are your clients going to be needing? Definitely, your development strategy in Monia will be different from your development strategy in Oluyole. Your development strategy in Oluyole is going to be different from the one in Jericho. All right, each of these locations, they have their own pros and cons. And as a developer, you must be able to first of all understand that. That is the first bedrock. Now, having gotten that understanding, proceed to, your own feasibility study. All right, there's a lot of feasibility study that come into development because you don't want a situation where you're starting development and then you're stranded along the road. You don't want a situation where you're starting a development and then you're choked up along the road. So you have to go through the procedures and, checking about the feasibility study, the land availability, verifying the land if it is free from acquisition, a couple of other things that you're going to do within that particular time frame to the consumer needs. Is it going to be consumable by the consumers? Are they going to appreciate what you're doing? To the market analysis within the environment, and then you go detail into the infrastructural arrangement within either the estate or the structure that you're coming into place. So those are the things you feel that I feel developers would really need to go on and on in that aspect.
That is beautiful. That is nice. And okay, basically I'm coming right now from the angle of the clients.
Okay.
To a developer, and I'm going to ask most of the questions that comes to their mind because a lot of people have been through the developers are not trustworthy. You pay a developer, they tell you this is what they want to do in their estate, they don't do it, they this and that. So how have you been able to gain people's trust? Well, because for you to be able to develop 4 estates in 2 months and they are selling out really fast, how have you been able to gain their trust for them to be able to work with you and trust you enough to drop their money and say, okay, he's going to do what he's going to do, he's going to deliver like he promised?
All right, thank you on that. I feel that's a very beautiful question. For clients to part away with their money in this real estate, big transaction. It's a lot for clients, basically. And also for us as developers, so many developers are not making this work easy, especially the big ones there. They do it, there's a lot of promise and fail. So there are a lot of questions in the heart of the people as to, will this really fly? Are you trusted enough? What have you done? Those are the questions that a lot of people asked us in our first estate and all. And but I feel, okay, basically to go straight to the question, one of the major things that I've been able to do, I've been able to achieve, is to give very visible and honest responses. My analysis before I come into any development, I have done a lot of research on the ground. I've done a lot. So when I'm coming out and I'm talking to a client, I'm not talking to a client to sweet talk what I'm doing. I'm giving you the originality. I'm giving you everything in the basics. And it is me being real, 100% assurance and openness. If I'm going to be doing an interlocking road, I'm not going to tell you I'm going to do a paved road. I'm going to tell you I'm going to be doing an interlocking road. If I'm going to bring in electricity and bring in transformer, I'm not going to tell you that I'm not going to be. If I'm bringing in 33 kVA, I won't tell you I'm bringing in 1 million kVA. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's all about the originality. It's all about your own personal. And then when you come from that particular aspect, the research has what is called coherence in what you're saying, consistency. And all, and then people have been like, okay, if they said it's going to do this. For instance, in all of our estates, there is a timeline of development, infrastructural development that we attached, and we are working seriously with it. All right, irrespective of within the space of 2 months, we told them this is what we're going to do here in a month, this is what we're going to do here in 3 weeks, this is what we're going to do here in 6 months, and all of those timelines. We are not just coming up with a timeline from our head. We are coming on based on, okay, what we are going to be doing and what we are going to be doing for real. So if a development is taking a year, I'm not saying it's going to take 3 months. All right. So I'm not sweet talking this and all. And for all subscribers within the estate, when they get there and then they say, oh, okay, this is what you said and this is what I'm meeting and all of that. So basically, I think that is one of the things that I feel developers should, do more. And that is going to come from the place of doing your full work. All right, you have done your work, you know exactly what you want to do and the duration it will take you in terms of financial capacity, human capacity, and whichever capacity it is. So you've done your due diligence. When you've done your due diligence, it is easy for you to come up and say, okay, this is what it's going to take, rather than you've not done due diligence. Some of them don't even know how long it is going to take for them to collect approval for their layout already, and then you're already going around trying to push up and all of that. No, it doesn't work that way. So it's all about from the place of due diligence before you can come out and talk to clients, and then from there you can convince them. And when they see the originality of your conversation, why not? Everybody wants to do investment. We are wholly careful of not to do the wrong investment, basically. So that's it.
So like you've heard, basically due diligence, be realistic, be original when it comes to real estate development, because like you said, there's been a lot of issue. In short, as a realtor, it's giving us issue with some developer. Like, we are finding it hard to sell for them, and people are beginning to lose interest. So that was why I had to bring him up. Like, 4 estates in 2 months, and people are really buying. Some are even sold out, and it keeps selling really fast, and it's delivering with trust, and people keep trusting him with their money. Even those that are bought from the former estate are buying the new ones and all of that. So I was like, let me just bring him up. He needs to come and share this with us, at least so that people can have trust back in development. When you advertise an estate to them, they can feel like, okay, I want to buy it. So okay, from your own angle, let's ask, how is real estate development in Ibadan? I'm asking because a lot of people still feel like Ibadan is this brown roof town. If you develop an estate, it's not going to sell. It's been quite a big work for us to convince them that, come on, Ibadan is now very, very, like, Ibadan is sweet for investment, for real estate investment. So as a real estate developer, how is Ibadan? How is real estate development in Ibadan? How good is it? How has it been going? And can you share with us?
Wow. I was use the words of this man, Prince Afanja, that is the CEO of Ismol. I was privileged to be in a meeting with him, like a closed door meeting with him some weeks ago, and he was sharing on how he was able to, get a small from where a small was and to where they are today. Starting a small and as big as a small is all around Southwest and some places in Nigeria thereabout without any loan facility and all of that. And he said something. He said something that really struck me. He said when people are running away from a particular sector of market, it takes advantage of that particular market. And then it leverages on that particular market, and then it is easy where there is you find it easier where there is less pressure. All right. Now, I'm not saying Ibadan is a place of less pressure. All right, but you cannot compare the influx of developers in some other places like Lagos. Let us be more real compared to that of Ibadan. And I think that's one of the things that I leveraged on. The Ibadan property market for investors, I would say that the Ibadan property market is a very good place to start. It's not as how can I put the word? It's not as populated. There's no much density compared to that of some other parts, in Nigeria, and yet there is a lot of prospect in Ibadan, especially with what our governor, the governor, Sheyi Makinde has been doing in Ibadan in terms of infrastructural arrangement within the state itself, has really opened up on the real estate market in Ibadan, and some of us are laying advantage of it, and we are doing it. So of course, a lot of people complain Ibadan is a brown roof town and all of that, but if you look at it in the main case, it is not. I mean, there are lands that are selling as high as 150 million naira per plot in Ibadan.
In the same Ibadan.
And the thing is, there are people that are buying it almost every day.
God bless you for that statement. Because someone messaged me once, I was like, same Ibadan selling. He called me, we were talking. He was okay. He also wants to invest in real estate. He wants to do development. And he called me, he was like, Kike, I want to come to Ibadan. I want to come and develop in it. He said if they told him years back that a plot of land in Ibadan will sell for as high as 100 million, that he's going to argue. He said he's going to argue. So how come Ibadan is not selling for as high as 100 million per plot? I was like, that's it. So he was like, I want to. So
I mean, look at the likes of Kolapo Shalajari. They sell do you know how much a square meter is there? Look at the likes of Carlton Gate. We are not even talking about Herodom. We are not talking about some aspect of Jericho and all of that, and Oluyole, all of those areas. So it is not. If you look at and that is why some of us are really enjoying, and we believe that a lot of people will still come up and take advantage. And I can bet you that in the next say 10 years time, Ibadan is going to be a major place in the real estate sector in Nigeria. I'm telling you, it is going to be a major place with the likes of infrastructure, the infrastructure that is going on. We talk about the circular road within Ibadan, right within the Oyo State right now. From Ibadan, linking all aspects of Ibadan together in a short while. We talk about the Monia Isenyi Road. There is a train station there. There is the dry port. There's a train station at Omiadio, the Omiadio to Eruwa Road that is being constructed, and a couple of other places that all of these things. Oduano, different aspects that the government is really pumping resources in terms of infrastructure. So you cannot but look at the whole thing is appreciating, and I can tell you it's just a matter of time. Those that are investing now will know that they'll be glad they do, and developers that are developing now, I'm telling you, they're going to be glad they do in the nearest future.
Nice. So come to Ibadan. Come and put money here. It is the fact. As a realtor, it's not that I'm just trying to sell to you. I'm trying to sell to you because I want to sell. But then come to Ibadan, because trust me, the ROI you're going to get, that people are getting on land in Ibadan, is amazing. It is only in Ibadan that a land selling for 30 million naira in the next 2 years will start selling for 90 million naira.
I'm telling you, to call that, there's a GRA that is being developed right now. The person was telling me, was like, when they started this place, they started selling for 50 million naira. Guess what? A plot there, as at now, is around 50 million naira.
50 million naira.
I'm telling you, and I'm talking about just 3 years ago.
Imagine.
Just 3 years ago.
That is like over 200%.
I'm telling you, that's just 3 years ago.
Just in Ibadan.
Just 3 years ago.
See, come on. I don't know how else to say this, that you need to come to Ibadan to invest. Can you just tell us about your estate, where they are developed, and why people should come there and develop and pay and buy land? And what advice do you have for them about real estate, them investing in real estate now?
Okay, thank you. Our estates are actually strategically located. We, like I said, I'm somebody that pay keen attention to due diligence, and I don't just like to invest anywhere. I like to invest where people will be glad they invest. All right, that is the first goal of myself as a developer and as for Rehoboth Crest homes. So basically, we have our estates. We have 3 wonderful estates at Ido. Ido is a very special place for me, and Keke knows.
He loves Ido. We are going to give him the ballet of Ido.
It's as if I was born in Ido, but funny enough, I was not born in Ido. Okay, so I just love Ido. Basically, I love Ido. We sold out an estate, one of our estates, Amon Phase 1. We sold it out in just a week. I mean, wonderful. So we sold Amon Phase 1 out in a week. Now Amon Phase 2 is selling currently at Ido Aloore Road.
Sorry. For those of you thinking that people are not buying land, don't let them lie to you. They are buying.
They are buying.
Ask him how many plots. How many plots was in Almond that was sold out in a week?
We have about 45 plots.
45 plots sold out in a week, and they will tell you that don't invest. I'm sure that your neighbor that is telling you, oh, don't buy it. I'm sure that neighbor has like 3 plots already. So buy now. People are buying, like they are investing heavily when it comes to real estate. They are investing. So you can continue.
You. Yeah, people are investing. That reminds me, somebody is coming all the way from Abuja to come and buy, looking towards buying 15 plots at Oaks.
In Ibadan.
Flying down from Abuja
and
to come and do an inspection to buy 15 plots. I mean, that's okay. So basically, Amon Phase 2 is selling right now. We are selling for 500,000 naira a plot in Amon Phase 2.
500,000.
Yes, Amon Phase 1 is sold out. All right, and then we have the Oaks Private Residence. Oaks Private Residence is newly launched. We launched Oaks Private Residence about a week ago, and as at now, we've sold about 10 plots in Oaks Private Residence. Oaks Private Residence is selling for 850,000 naira for a plot. And if you're going to be doing with your register survey and your deed of assignment, we're giving for 1 million naira all inclusive, and that is for documentation fully, 1 million naira. That is Oaks Private Residence. And then we have our wonderful estate called the Palm Royal Estate at Alabata, Monia. That is a residential estate sitting on about 20.5 acres of land there, and that one is going for 400,000 naira for 300 square meters and 700,000 naira for 500 square meters. All right, that is at Alabata, Monia, about 12 to 15 minutes drive to the train station. And I should say it, Oaks Private Residence, the one at Ido that we're selling for 850 and 1 million all inclusive, is just about 5 to 7 minutes drive to the Omiadio train station. That is at Omiadio, and it's just about a minute to 2 minutes drive to Ido Secretariat, and about just few minutes to Ologuero. You know, it's a fully residential estate.
I mean, that is the best price that you can get for any land in this Ibadan. I mean, just 1 million naira, and it is just 5 minutes drive to the train station and 2 minutes drive to the Ido Secretariat. And currently, the government is constructing that Ido to Omiadio. So it's just straight road, like good road, like you can buy and build for just 1 million naira. You can own your land. So these lands are not expensive because they are bringing you sweet deal that you can afford immediately. You can buy. You don't have to break your bank to own a land here in Ibadan. And thanks to our developers bringing in sweet deals for everybody, even if you're a working class, you're a student, you can buy this land, and you can even, there's an option of part payment.
Yes, of course. Interest free for all our land. They are interest free for 3 months. All right, and you can pay up to 6 months. The first 3 months is interest free. You are extending to 6 months. Some of them are just maybe with 50,000 naira, interest, and some of them as low as 30,000 naira interest in 6 months. So there's option of instrumental payments at Amon Phase 2 rather. The first payment is 200,000 naira, and then you can spread the rest. At the Palm Royal is 200,000 naira too. You can spread the rest. And at what's it called, Oaks Private Residence, it is just 300,000 naira, and you can spread the rest. I mean, Sweet deals, everyone.
So
Can
sweet
be a
deals
part of
as
it.
a student working classes is something that you can just pay and you can spread the rest for 3 months, 6 months and just keep paying. So you don't have to break the bank. You don't need to own millions of naira for you to own real estate. I mean, you don't need to have millions of naira sitting somewhere for you to invest in real estate. So this
This
is
saying all the small money some of you used to eat. You just go to club, spend money and all of that. Some of this money.
all those Brazilian hair, those straights, bone straight, and
You
all
won't
of that.
see it in the next 20 years, though. They are gone.
Gone. But
But
still
that
see
land
a
that you bought for just 300k or even 500,000 naira can give you millions, can be the lifesaver in the next 20 years for you.
Exactly. So what advice do you have for developers, for clients, for real estate people generally?
Okay, I'll start with clients. I would say that buy as much as you can, and now is the time to. I know a lot of. I've seen young persons, very young persons buying massively. I mean massively. So I would still advise as much as possible. Let us invest as much as we can, and of course, do your due diligence before investing. Don't fall victims of people out there. So, and that is why we have a likes of trusted realtors all around. Kike is somebody I've known and excellent, and that is why we wrote together. Thank you. All right. So I would advise that for clients, please, as much as possible, keep buying. Ibadan is a good place. Keep sowing. And then for developers, I would advise that, okay, 2 things. Number one, you might be hearing me there. Please be more original with clients and let all us disappoint clients. I've seen cases where people come up to me and be like, okay, we want to buy your land, but we are having this issue with this particular company. Some of them will buy land, they'll buy from them, they are not allocating. Some of them they will buy. Different issues are coming up here and there, and then the clients are just frustrated. I want to advise that developers should stop being like that. Let us make the journey easier for both the clients and then for other developers also, because in reality we are meant to create value for people. As people are bringing their money, we are meant to give them value for their money, and they shouldn't stress. It's stressful enough to get money. And they should not stress to now use the money to get value. That's my opinion. And then if there's any other developer that is there, maybe you're struggling, it's the beginning of the time and then it's looking like a struggle, I want to advise you to just keep at it. I mean, when I came into Ibadan, it took me almost 3 years before I did my first project. All right, it was from one thing or the other, but right now we thank God is helping us and we're going forward. So be at it. Consistency is key, both for the client and for the developer. Consistency is key. Thank you.
So thank you so much, Mr. Aloore Adenoga. Thank you so much for coming on this show, and thank you for talking about real estate development and everything we need to know about real estate development. And thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for joining us live on Instagram, on Facebook, on Aloore Radio. Thank you so much for joining Talk Real Estate with Liskari Oluwaseun. And we'll be here next week as well on Tuesday, 2:30 to 3 p.m. Talk Real Estate with Liskari Oluwaseun, always on Aloore Radio, on Facebook and on YouTube, Aloore Radio. And the website is www.aloreradio.com. Have a great evening and thank you for joining us. See you next week.
Estate is a program that brings you insights and guide you through your real estate journey.
Buying real estate, it's not just about you just buying, paying money and going to sleep.
From real estate investment, documentations, and all the important things you need to know about real estate, join Liskari Oluwaseun live on Aloore Radio every Tuesday from 2:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. Follow us live on Facebook, TikTok, and on YouTube at Aloore Radio to connect. For more details, call 0903 985 3731 or send a WhatsApp message on 0816 222 0182.
Buying documentations is as important as buying real estate. In short, documentation is the most important thing when you're buying real estate.
Talk Real Estate with Liskari Oluwaseun live on Aloore Radio, the voice of Oyo State.